Honky Tonk Man stories?
My favorite Honky, he's a very close friend to this day. I talk to him once a week. My favorite story of Honky Tonk goes back to last year when Boss Man died. This is a great story. He called, okay, there was a show that following weekend that Boss Man was on that Honky wasn't on. He called the promoter while the body wasn't even cold yet. And he asked if he could take Boss Man's spot on the show. The funny part of the story is we're in a locker room with Beefcake, myself, Honky, and Kahlua. Me and Kahlua heard the story from, okay, the promoter, his name was Doug Gibson, told this other promoter, Travis Bradshaw, that got back to our friend Big Slam Vader. Vader was the one that told us. The joke is Honky never knew it became public. Honky never knew it left Doug Ward's mouth. He never knew it left the promoter's mouth. So when I asked him about a locker room in front of about 8 people, he became red, but at the same time, we were putting him over. He had a smile from ear to ear. He said, "Hell, Tom, how the hell did you find out about that?" At first, he was embarrassed, and then he was so proud. He was proud as a peacock of how it got out and what he did. He goes, "Hell, Tom, I'm an entertainer. I'm a wrestler." He said, "I had to jump on that booking before somebody else did. The hell with them. I called a promoter. I emailed him 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't care." That's a great story. Honky's full of stories, bro. Never a dull moment with the Honky Tonk Man, greatest intercontinental champ of all time.
What about King Kong Bundy?
He's also he's in the top 2. I love being around the legends just because how I respected them, and just then they became my peers. King Kong Bundy, not so much a single story, but just always just being around him, just so nasty and just always complaining about everything, anything. And it's what you love about him, though.
Right.
I mean, that's what you love about the guy. He's a guy that he just, again, if there's a show he's not on and you're using Doug and you're using Honky and Iron Sheik, he's just so mad you didn't call him. And he's so mad when he finds a promoter that gave this guy more money than he got. And just continually. And the funny thing is, he'll run you down right to your face. He'll go, "This fucking Tom Brandi, he's the biggest piece of shit other guys being done." Right to your face. It don't matter. Because like, there'll be shows where they'll say, "Well, Honky was burying you." I said, "That's fine. Honky buries everybody. That's normal." I said, "He's burying me to my face. He's burying me to my back. It doesn't matter." I said, Bundy's being Bundy. Bundy's doing it. Again, he don't care if you're in front of him or you're not even at the show. He's just burying everybody. So we'll sit there. And we'll be driving. I'll just get him started. I'll say, "Chris, how about this guy here? Is he a piece of, God damn it, Tom, you're so right. What a piece of shit he is." And I said, the first time he says something good, the next time will be the first time. It'll be hilarious. And just like a top, just turn him on and let him go. It's beautiful. Love him to death.
What happened with the AWF?
Ran out of money, simple as that. They came in gangbusters. The owner's name was Paul Alperstein. He made a truckload of money in the millions in the bank card ATM business. And he was always a big mark. Usually the guys that get into wrestling, like I don't know the money behind TNA, but I understand it's the same type of thing. Big mark that had money, that he became, Tito and Sarge were his top guys, became his bookers, put him on payroll. Valentine payroll, and it was great while it lasted. It was one of the high points of my career, just because it was fun and they really used me great. I mean, they used me as one of the top few stars, and I just ran out of money. I mean, they took us to Vegas twice to the TV convention. We're out there with all these TV Hollywood celebrities, and you're right in there. And it was just great while it lasted. It just belly up, ran out of money.
Who were some of your favorite guys and least favorite guys to work with?
In the ring?
Yeah.
Man, I can't say least favorite because you kind of make the most of everything.
Right.
You get guys that are unskilled. I mean, but then you get guys that could go. Kahlua was always my favorite because we had so many matches together, and then we were so close. And there was never anybody I could put so much in a match together with. But I mean, when it came to the big leagues, you saw who were good. But the guys that respect you, that wanted to have a good match back, like Shawn Michaels, it was kind of like we're in the match and you got to give him a wake-up call being in there because he wasn't taking you serious. Like, he only came over to me about maybe 15 minutes before the match. He's like, "Oh, what are we going to do?" Well, here, I'm thinking all this shit up in my mind. I hit him with it like a freaking pie in the face.
Right.
I had 20 spots ready for him. And he was right there. But I mean, guys that just knew were great. I mean, I would have loved to wrestle Brett. I never did. Would have loved to wrestle Owen. Never did. Ric Flair or Hogan. I never even met Hogan. Another guy. He's in the one federation. I was in the other, just back and forth. I mean, Shawn Michaels. But I could say on tape, after me and Mara worked 100 times, I watched a tape the other day, which I'd never do because my son he's 2 years old, and I can show him, and I can get his attention by just putting in a wrestling tape, and it's amazing because he's been to some shows, and now he knows what it is. But just watching this match with Mero after we were on the road together for a month or two, non-stop. I mean, just great because of crowd reaction, Sable angle to it.
Right.
And this is after building it for a couple months. It was unbelievable to the point of, just the hype and the heat behind it. Scorpio, roll out of bed and have a great match. Same with Shawn Michaels, roll out of bed and have a great match. Undertaker, more grueling, big men style type of match. I like the guys, it's always easier for me, the high flying. And one of my best matches in WWF was with Aldo Montoya, just because they're two unheralded guys, up and down, around and around. In the end, everybody said, Jesus Christ, what the hell got into you guys? Right. I'm like, it's called work. That's it. It just was work. That's all it was. But guys that you're just, you could gel with. You know what I mean? Guys like that. That's all.
How difficult is it working indie shows? And have you seen any real disaster workers or anything?
You know what it is? Indies are dangerous because you have dangerous rings. I mean, obviously it's not the big leagues, but again, I'm the big fish in the small pond on the circuit. You get the guys that are inexperienced that can be dangerous. You kind of got to protect yourself. You can't leave yourself ever knock on wood because I got a show tonight. I don't want nothing to happen, but you never. Again, you're always in the ring. Anything can happen. But on the indie circuit, you kind of got to be careful. You got to remember. I mean, I'm always going to give 100% no matter, again, first year in the business or 20 year in the business. But you say to yourself, I don't want to dive out of the ring in front of 75 people. I got to get up, go to work on Monday, run my business.
Right.
I got to open the doors. I got to, I can't, you give them 100%, but you're smarter as you get older. And again, I'm 39 now to the point where I want to just keep going. I feel great. Again, knock on wood. I feel like I haven't missed a beat. I can do whatever I ever did before, but you're smart. And that's the bottom line. You're smarter and you say, okay, instead of doing X, Y, and Z, I can do this one thing, work the crowd a little bit more, and get the same end result. And that's it. I've never been one to worry about what a website says. I'm never worried about what a freaking kayfabe sheet says. They're not putting money in my pocket. I tell people, they say about magazines. I got freaking 200 magazines at home in my collection I've been in. My picture and article. They don't pay the bills. That's the bottom line. I got to worry about what happens tonight. Every time I can leave a building where you're healthy and you're safe and sound with money in your pocket, that's the victory right there.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.